Hi, good evening again. I guess the issue has been sorted.
Yeah, hi. Hello, Dominic. After a little technical glitch, we are finally here.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Yeah,
So I have just
all
told
right.
my audience that you are an English confidence coach. Could you
Yes.
tell me more about yourself, your journey to this?
All, yeah, all right. Yes. So, Dominic, it has been a long journey of 15 years to to work as a English confidence coach. I have been from a vernacular medium, and after my MBA, when I joined the corporate sector, I could see vernacular medium people struggling with the language when they were talking to their bosses, when they were talking to their colleagues. I could see the struggle even during the meetings. They were not able to convey their thoughts, and they were not able to be there in their own elements just because of one language. So I got my calling there. I got the indication that this is where I need to work in, because I have been through this journey. I have achieved little confidence in speaking the language. So I thought, why not help out these people? And definitely, like, this was my calling, and this is what I have been doing in for the last 15 years.
So you are ready to switch a high-paying job to serve the vernacular medium students.
Yes, because I have seen that many people struggle. They face a block after a certain period of time in their corporate career. Their growth is blocked just because of their poor communication skills, or lack of knowing just one language. So yeah, I really try to be helpful for these students. Yeah, these learners.
So do you deal more with the spoken language or even written also?
So, as we know that in corporate sector, we also have to do a lot of written communication, like sending emails, email writing, and also other kind of written communication. So that is also a part of my training program for sure.
What about, say, vocabulary?
So, yeah, so exactly this is what I wanted to emphasize on in today's live, Dominic, because vocabulary is something which, if we focus on, I would say 75% of the language problem is solved, because we understand that vocabulary is the building block of any language for that matter, and same is the case with English also. So this is what I do in my sessions. I help them enhance their vocabulary so that they are able to communicate better in the language. And there are set techniques to do that. This is what, there is a whole process. I call my system as Grace M, and there is a step-by-step method to it. And following that method, it has got a 80% success rate, and the students really get a lot of confidence using the language, and they are really climbing the corporate ladder after that very, very fast. So when it comes to vocabulary building, if you ask me the techniques for building, I would vouch for three basic techniques which anybody can work on their own also. So, would you like me to elaborate on those techniques, Dominic?
Yeah, definitely. It will help the viewers here because
Yeah,
you
and
have
this
said
is
that
what.
you've got 80% success rate, which is beyond imagination. Yeah, please tell us,
Yes,
give us some tips on how to improve the vocabulary.
yes. And this is what our objective is, to give some value addition to the viewers who are there with us. So definitely, I will just talk about those three techniques which are foolproof, which have been tested, tried and tested for sure. Right. So, number one thing is we have to we have to start listening to the language as much as possible. 90% of the people who are struggling with the language, or English per se, if I want to be specific, they don't have the exposure, they don't have the environment of the language. But here, I would like to add that we are very lucky to be in a time where we are surrounded by resources. We have the options of getting an exposure to the language just at the tip of our just at the fingertips, right? So we have this extraordinary gadget in our hand, our phones, and we have the entire gamut of resources there. So listening to the language is the very first thing which we can start with. And listening to the language in as per your level, you can be at the beginners level, intermediate level, or the advanced level. That doesn't matter actually. There are resources of all the types for all the levels. So try to listen to the language as much as possible. Now, only listening is not effective. You have to make it a point. You have to set a target, weekly target of minimum 5 words or phrases or sentences to collect. So on a weekly basis, you will collect minimum 5 of them, and you will make flashcards of them and try to incorporate them in your sentences deliberately. The moment you start doing them, you will see a remarkable difference in the way your vocabulary is increasing in leaps and bounds. That is the first method and very, very effective for that. And then the second method is to work on your synonyms. Whatever you are saying, just try to incorporate better words, just try to improvise your sentences whenever you are framing any sentence. I'll just cite one example here. Suppose I want to say this sentence, the big dog ran quickly. This is a very simple sentence, right? How can I improvise this sentence? Big can be enormous, dog can be canine, and then ran can be sprinted, or quickly can be rapidly. So now the sentence will appear like this. The big canine sprinted rapidly. Yes, it looks very jargon kind of. So this was just for as an example. But yeah, this is one way to work upon your vocabulary, and this does help a lot. The moment you start collecting more words, you broaden your vocabulary, start using them at the right place, and start using the better one. Now, the third method is to work in word association. Whatever word you are working on, work on a theme. Collect the words in a theme, and this will help you in collecting many words of the same family, and that will help you in recalling them better and in at the right time. So, for example, if you are working on a word communication, very simple word, right? Now try to collect as many associated words and phrases for this word as possible, and in the process you will be collecting similar sounding, similar meaning words, and this will help you in remembering them in a better manner. So, for example, communication will have associated words like messages, then exchange of ideas. Communication can have other words also, which you may write in the comment box. Whosoever, our viewers may write more words for communication. This was just an example, but learn the words theme wise in a cluster, and they help you in collecting more words and associating more words with the same. So these are the three very foolproof techniques which my students practice on a regular basis, and they get tremendous results to get a hold of the language, and they become confident in the, and then we have system in our community. We have a community of English speaking English learners. I just arrange sessions for different levels of learners, which help them in practicing the language on daily basis. There are daily sessions, practice sessions happening in my community. So all these things collectively give them the confidence, and they are in a very strong position to converse in the language. So, Dominic, over to you.
Yeah, that example was very, very interesting about the big dog
Yeah.
running swiftly, whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
What you have got the
Synonym
very
technique.
is such a very modest target of 5 words per week. But that's very
Yeah.
interesting because, say, I also came from a vernacular medium.
Yeah.
There was a time when I used to learn 50 words a week.
All right.
That was way
Oh,
high.
yeah.
But of course, those days we did not have the TV and all the distractions.
Yeah.
But nowadays,
Correct.
with all the distractions, people can't learn so much in a day.
Yeah.
That's good.
Right. Correct. So we understand like these techniques are impactful. Just consistency is the key in this case also. And
Yeah, that's fine.
consistency is
Okay.
maintained when we get the community, like-minded people, group of similar kind of people who are in the same like kind of space. So yeah, that helps.
Yeah, you spoke about listening.
Yeah.
What do they listen to and whom do they listen to? Can you elaborate on that?
Sure. So, listening should be as per your current level of English. If you go into a little advanced level than the current level, then it may create a kind of frustration for sure. So, first understand your language, your like level of English, and we help you in that in our community. So, beginners level, I would suggest that listen to as many simple stories as possible and try to collect as many verbs and nouns as possible, because verbs are something which you need to have to frame sentences, right? And the second thing is like second level would be intermediate level. Intermediate level students, they struggle with the construction of the sentences. They are able to understand whatever the other person is saying. They can understand the discussions, debates, everything. But the problem occurs when they try to make sentences themselves. So for that, they have to listen to some podcasts, good quality podcast, and TEDx is very very helpful like platform, and that very quality like stuff you get there. So TEDx is something which I recommend to each and every level. You get all types of videos there. And then, as I said, like you can watch travel videos, vlogs, cooking videos, DIY videos, but try to watch every content in your target language, whichever whatever you are trying to learn. In this case, we have English, right? So yeah, and then advanced level learners should try to listen to like some good quality podcasts which are there on TEDx also, and then there are some good quality content on the other platforms also. So there are different types of content available. You just have to search a little bit more.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm
Mm.
sure our listeners learn a lot from your inputs, and I hope
Thank you.
to get in touch with you again so we can have more inputs for our students. Thank you for
Definitely.
attending the session.
Thank you so much. Thanks. And yeah, definitely we would like to be there. Yeah, definitely. We'd like to help them more. Thank you so much.
So all those who have joined, you can ask your doubts or comments on in the chats below. Even after the live gets over, it will be kept in my account. Bye. Have a good evening and a good night.